Well, I just started a little bike ride from our campsite, which is in the hard-sided campground here at Lake Louise. And I crossed the Bow River, and I'm now in the tent, or the soft side camping. And you'll notice here on the right-hand side, an electrified fence. That's to keep the animals, particularly the bears, out of the tent area. Pretty amazing. But I've never seen that before. Electrified fence around the tent. I'm gonna try to ride into Lake Louise. We'll just see what this path is all about, and maybe do this later or another day with Kathy. There's the Bow River right through the fence. Look at that. Right through those trees. Beautiful. All right, so we're on our little bike ride, heading over to Lake Louise. Just got through the campground. Wow, let's take some pictures of this stuff. Here it is, the Bow River once again. Well, for me, this is quite the insane bike trail. I just came up a bunch of switchbacks trying to get to Lake Louise Village, but I thought it was just a flat ride all the way in. Not so. And I don't think Kathy and I are going to be doing this anytime soon together. This is a view across the way. You may see a ski lift out over here. Kathy and I took that ride up to the top of that mountain there in 1983, 42 years ago when we were here. So this is the view from the little switchbacks that I came up. Like I said, I think this is going to be a one and done bike ride, but we're going to continue on and see if we can get to the village. All right, so the trail has moved into this forested area, and a bicyclist I just passed assured me that it's like this the rest of the way in to the lake. Nothing too steep. I'm probably gonna have to walk it down that hill on the way back. But let's continue and see how this trail goes. Well, we just came up to this real gusher. Take a look here at this creek. I would imagine it's flowing out of Lake Louise. So many of these mountain streams here that are just wonderful. Right here is the battery compartment latch for the bike, and that kept popping open, which I had to keep kicking it back in, and every 20 feet or so it would pop open. And finally at one point I didn't get it kicked in soon enough and I took a fall, but I'm okay. And then I got smart and put the bungee cord on there, so I've ridden about half a mile since then with no incident. So right now we can see the mountains of Lake Louise right in front of us. I'm going to continue on, and I think we'll have a successful journey. And I made it to Lake Louise, and I'm going to walk over here to our left and we'll get our first view of this beautiful, iconic lake. It's a Monday afternoon, 3 o'clock. Place is crowded as would be expected, but boy is it a beautiful place to visit. Kathy and I again were here 42 years ago in 1983. 82. And we'll just take a peek at this lake. All right, so we had a short little visit to Lake Louise. Beautiful place, of course, iconic. Hope you enjoyed that little bike ride. Gonna head back to the campsite in a moment. Lake Louise, Banff National Park, Alberta, Canada. So it is August 12th. We've taken the shuttle bus up to Moraine Lake here near Lake Louise, and of course it's super crowded, but it's okay. It's such a beautiful place. To the left here is a rock pile. We're going to climb up that by the trail, and then we'll walk around the lake on the lake trail. Walk some of that, and that's about all the activity here. But what a beautiful alpine lake. Let's see some more. And here's another view of Moraine Lake. Lots of buses. There's another good trail here further to the left, Constellation Lakes, several miles. That we're not doing today. But here is the rock pile. We're going to head up there. Yeah, Constellation Lakes, I think, is only, what is this? 2.9 kilometers. That's not very far. Okay. Here we go. Up the rock pile. So once again, we don't really know what's coming, but we'll just pop up over the top here. So this is looking away from the lake. And now we're going to head over to the lakeside. What an awesome valley. And here we get to see all the other people that are enjoying the sights here. Somewhere out here is Kathy. We're going to connect with her. Take a look at this lake. Everybody says you must go up on the rock pile, so here we are. Look at that view. Well, we located Kathy right down there.
Oh yeah, that's a good spot right there.
And I don't think she wants to do any more steps. But this is the most spectacular moraine lake. People from around the world here enjoying it, as you can hear.
I want you to go.
Kathy found a relatively quiet spot. But here we are with
So
that.
much better than up there.
Oh, so well, it's less crowded. The beauty of that water might be unmatched. Peyto Lake in Oregon, close, but that's a different color. Amazing.
Peyto Lake was a deeper blue.
Yeah, this is the glacial. This is that glacial color.
Almost turquoise, almost. Dark
And
turquoise.
what a remarkably sparkling day we have here today. Very fortunate.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we meandered over here to the lakeside. Much quieter area. In this direction we have the Rockpile. It's icy here.
Lake Moraine, Banff National Park. Ron had to get his feet in the lake. It's freezing cold, but it's so beautiful. And you can rent a canoe for $160 an hour, but there seems to be traffic jams on the lake today because there's so many people. So we're just doing the walk around the lake, the trail, which is very beautiful. Here we are, Moraine Lake. There's a mosquito on me.
That's great.
There's a mosquito biting me as we speak.
I think.
Damn mosquito. All right, let's do it again. Keep it going.
Oh, Caterina.
Here we are at Moraine Lake in Banff National Park, and it is a sight to see. So beautiful, high up in the alpine. We're taking a trail around the lake right now. It's an out and back, and there are canoes on the lake. Seems to be traffic jams because there's so many. $160 an hour if you want to do that, but we're walking trail on the trail, and it's very beautiful.
And we reached the end of the Moraine Lake Trail. At the furthest point. And here we're going to turn around and head back. Very beautiful and relaxing hike. Really a stroll. And incredible beauty. Well, we're traveling up the Icefields Parkway north from Lake Louise, about 25 miles to Peyto Lake, another popular spot. But we just stopped at this point because you get a pretty good view of a small glacier or remnants of a glacier up there. I think we're about 9 miles south of Peyto Lake. Very, very beautiful scenic road. So we're gonna head up that way. And we have made it here to Peyto Lake after an absence of 42 years, right? And this area is really as crowded as Lake Louise, it appears. But we managed and got a good parking space. So we're going to head up the trail. So if you could smell what it smells like here, it really smells like Christmas with all these pines. And they've planted so many additional pines, seedlings, to I guess help with the erosion and fires, actually, they said. Help control fires. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful subalpine area. And there's just a steady stream of visitors coming and going, and right now we have a little pause in the action. And it just gets very peaceful in the woods here. So many little baby trees growing. And we're nearly at the overlook, I think. And here is the overlook. And everyone is jammed up against those railings, and we're going to join the crowd in a moment. But first, let's head over here. So from here you can see all the debris from the glacier and then forming or moving into the lake. Glaciers up there. This is another iconic lake here at Banff. Peyto Lake. Let's take a look this way. The scenery in this park is spectacular. And from this angle, we could see a little bit more of that glacier and the glacier action. Remarkable place. A couple of waterfalls up there. Maybe right in this area, I think. See a couple coming down there. We'll try to zoom in. All right, so we're going to head on back now, but we found this interesting sign, there's many, that this lake is named after this gentleman, Bill Peyto. So that's the proper pronunciation, Peyto. And used to come up here to avoid the crowds, it says, down in Banff. This is in the late 1800s. Wild Bill, they called him. And here's the lake named after him, Peyto Lake. Okay, so we're going to head on back down now. What a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. Definitely want to have these experiences in your life.
That's the bedroom dinner that to come to the lodge. You've got to have it on your map. It used to have an artist residence program.
캠핑장 놓고
And they called it the Shuttle
랍지가
Lodge.
하나 있어.
And then some people said, wait a minute, we never gave you.
Well, today on our journey up the Icefields Parkway, just a bit, we first stopped at Peyto Lake and then Bow Lake. And right here we have the Crowfoot Glacier, which really is at the tip of Bow Lake. A little journey, a little slice of the Icefields Parkway. And we decided to end the day essentially with a little walk here down to Herbert Lake, and we'll have some dinner right here. Beautiful woods here. And here it is, Herbert Lake. Mount Temple straight in the center with a glacier on top. Lake Louise just to the right of that. This was a nice little surprise here. Didn't expect much out of Herbert Lake, but boy, beautiful.
Big bang for the buck.
A lot of bang for the buck, Kathy said. What's your overall impression of today, Kathy? We drove up the Icefield Parkway.
It was a very good day. Very scenic, beautiful overlook up the scenic parkway. And this is a nice ending.
Yeah.
With a cup of coffee.
Mm.
And late afternoon sun.
And it's quiet and there's no crowds.
There's nobody here, right?
No cars and tour buses.
The crowds are unbelievable. But they're thinning out now.
So this is going to conclude our day here on the, well, let's say a little excursion onto the Icefields Parkway.